The Mini 4 Pro has the same camera specs as the Mini 3 Pro, but it is packed with new features, most of them to be used for filming. In this video I will analyze the quality of the footage of the Mini 4 Pro in all different light conditions and with the 3 color profiles. The Mini 4 Pro has a 1/1/3 of an inch sensor with a field of view equivalent to 24mm and a very wide fixed aperture of f1.7. The maximum video resolution is 4K with frame rates up to 100 frames per second for extreme slow motion. The maximum video bitrate is 150 Mbps. The specs of the sensor are the same as the Mini 3 Pro and the wide-angle lens of the Air 3. But is it the same sensor? I've seen plenty of discussion online about it. DJI has never specified the nature of the sensors, but apparently the Mini 4 Pro and Air 3 have a stacked one. If we assume that the sensor of the Mini 3 Pro is the same, which I cannot state for sure, any difference in video quality is due to the new image processing platform. The latest lightweight model includes a host of compelling features for filming, some of them previously reserved for the flagship models, like omnidirectional obstacle sensors and the very useful waypoint mode. Other important new functionalities are a much improved transmission system, which is the weak point of the Mavic 3 Pro, and a longer battery life. To get the best footage quality out of the Mini 3 Pro or any other drone, it is crucial to choose the correct light conditions. The central hours of a sunny day are to be avoided, as the shadows will be very harsh. This is the time when videographers are supposed to sleep. Much better results are obtained around sunrise or sunset, or with the sun covered by clouds. In general, it is preferable to have the sun behind the camera. Shooting in the direction of the sun is much more challenging and should only be attempted around sunrise or sunset. It is also crucial to use manual exposure and manual white balance to avoid shifts of luminosity and color during a clip. With the Mini 4 Pro, in most light conditions, I select a white balance value just above 5500 kelvins. Let's start with some friendly light conditions to see how the Mini 4 Pro behaves in the 3 color profiles. Normal is the most widely used as it only needs very limited editing or none at all. It is the ideal profile for quickly posting footage on social media and the one to choose for beginners. In previous models of the DJI prosumer line, normal mode needed an extra dose of contrast and saturation to shine. This is not the case with the Mini 4 Pro, as the footage is excellent right out of the camera. The quality of the footage in easy light condition is outstanding. The colors are very rich and well balanced, there is good contrast, and the structure of the sky is a thing of beauty. A relatively weak point of footage with the Mini 4 Pro is the amount of detail, especially in elements quite far away. With the new model, the detail is excellent on all occasions, and the new processing algorithm does a really good job. On most occasions, noise is under control, but I'm not really worried about it as I use the excellent denoiser Neat Video. You will find info about it in the description, and you can watch my video about it by clicking on the link on the screen. I can hear someone asking, if normal mode is so good, what is the point of the 2 other color profiles? Well, normal is an 8-bit profile capable of recording around 16 million colors versus over 1 billion for the 10-bit ones. The limited amount of color may introduce some artifacts like color banding in uniform areas like the sky or the sea, especially when heavy color grading is applied. Also, the profile is pre-processed, so it does not respond very well to color grading. In other words, it is sort of half-baked. Anytime we need to heavily modify the footage to match a specific mood or the color scheme of a project, D-Log-M is the one to use. D-Log-M is a softer version of the widely used D-Log, which is supplied with the Mavic 3. It is a flat profile, although not as flat as D-Log. The idea behind the flat profile is to reduce the contrast by lowering the brightness of the highlight and the darkness of the shadows to increase the performance in high dynamic range situations. The level of the highlights and the shadows will be adjusted in post-processing. When using this profile, the image on the screen will appear quite flat, making it hard to frame and expose correctly. But in DJI Fly app we can turn on the option Color Display Assist to improve the visualization. D-Log-M footage requires the use of LUTs for color grading. DJI supplies a specific one for the Mini 4 Pro. I have added a downloadable link in my website. You will find it by entering on Google Vic Video Pick DJI Mini 4 Pro video quality. The results obtained under easy light conditions are excellent, but the strong point of D-Log-M is that it responds extremely well to color grading, so it is the profile to use for expert users who are willing to post-process their clips on a computer. The Mini 4 Pro has a third color profile, HLG. It is a 10-bit one and it is meant to be used with high-definition display units, like a few recent TV models. This profile can be used on regular display units, but it is more complex to post-process and requires a specific color space. I have described how to integrate HLG into a timeline containing other color profiles in my video about color profiles of the Mini 4 Pro. You can watch it by clicking on the link above. By turning the camera down for bird's eye views, we take the sky out of the equation to concentrate on the excellent detail and the wonderful color rendition of the camera of the Mini 4 Pro. In the camera tab of the setting there is a style function with an option to fine-tune the sharpness. In my opinion, there's no need to increase the sharpness. Some users might actually prefer to decrease it slightly according to their taste. For me, it works perfectly well as it is. The hardest test for a video camera is filming in the direction of the sun, as the dynamic range is extreme. With the sun just outside the frame about an hour before sunset, the Mini 4 Pro performs very well. The footage retains plenty of contrast and information in the shadows. The structure of the sky is excellent with both profiles, D-Log-M and normal. Even with the sun inside the frame at sunset, the performance is outstanding. Then I decided to push it to the limit by trying a shot towards the sun an hour before sunset, and here things don't go as well. The sky is overblown, there are horrible flares and loss of resolution and detail around the sun. There is also an annoying small green dot at a specific angle to the sun. But in this light situation, even the mighty Mavic 3 would have a hard time. The Mini 4 Pro performs extremely well in low light, but I will not analyze this here, as I have done a specific video about low light and night mode with this model. You can watch it by clicking on this link. And don't forget to hit the like button if you find this video interesting. Thank you.